Hey everybody, it's Doug here, Doug Mystic Guy on Board Game Geek and other places, bringing you another episode of Doug's Digital Board. Now, what that is games that I think are either board games that have been reproduced digitally, or like board games, or like a role-playing game that I think is really interesting. Things that would appeal to board gamers, role players, etc. Today we're going to take a look at Darkest Dungeon, which is really an awesome little game. And once you see it, you'll understand why I liken it to a board game. This would make an exceptional board game, actually. But we're going to start off with a little story and see what the story of the campaign of Darkest Dungeon is. So we're going to watch this intro cinematic, and then we'll get right to the gameplay. Narration is awesome, by the way.
Has come to our family. You remember our venerable house? Opulent and imperial, gazing proudly from its stoic perch above the moor. I lived all my years in that ancient, rumor-shadowed manor, fattened by decadence and luxury. And yet I began to tire of conventional extravagance. Singular, unsettling tales suggested the mansion itself was a gateway to some fabulous and unnameable power. With relic and ritual, I bent every effort towards the excavation and recovery of those long-buried secrets, exhausting what remained of our family fortune on swarthy workmen and sturdy shovels. At last, in the salt-soaked crags beneath the lowest foundations, we unearthed that damnable portal antediluvian evil. Our every step unsettled the ancient earth. But we were in a realm of death and madness. In the end, I alone fled laughing and wailing through those blackened arcades of antiquity, until consciousness failed me. You remember our venerable house, opulent and imperial. It is a festering abomination. I beg you, return home, claim your birthright, and deliver our family from the ravenous, clutching shadows of the Darkest Dungeon.
Okay, that's pretty cool, right? I mean, a great little story. Now, as we click on the campaign, you can see that I already have a big one, 34 weeks in, but we're going to click, we're going to start a new one right here by clicking on the letter, and we'll call it Darkest Board Game. There. And you can see what happens here. We're going to start a new game. It'll be cool.
You will arrive along the old road. It winds with a troubling, serpent-like suggestion through the corrupted countryside, leading only, I fear, to ever more tenebrous places. There is a sickness in the ancient, pitted cobbles of the old road, and on its writhing path, you will face viciousness, violence, and perhaps other damnably transcendent terrors. So steel yourself, and remember there can be no bravery without madness. The old road will take you to hell, but in that gaping abyss, we will find our redemption.
So what does all that mean? Well, we are the descendant of this lord that obviously opened a gateway to some Cthulhian type realm. And in Darkest Dungeon, what you're doing is you're exploring these various dungeons, trying to get to the Darkest Dungeon and build up a cadre of of characters that are skilled enough and strong enough to succeed at these tough missions. And within that, you can also build up a town by collecting relics and things that allow you to open new buildings, etc. It's pretty cool, and you're going to see that. But first, we're going to go through like a little intro adventure, and that'll give you an idea how the game plays out itself. So here we are with our two characters. It is okay. So it says we're currently in a room, and this is how the game works. So you're going to click from room to room. Now we can move back and forth within the room. We have two characters. We have Renald the Crusader and Dismas the Highwayman. Renald is our hero, basically our starting hero. And these are stats, and you'll see how all this works. But basically we're in this room, so we're going to click to move to this room.
Brigands have run up these lanes. Keep to the side path. The Hamlet is just ahead.
So we're trying to get to the Hamlet right now. And this is our torchlight. You can see that there's some stats there. It says it's 100. You see ++ on scouting and ++ on monster surprise. That's important as we go along, and these are the skills that Renald has. You can see he's starting to gain something called stress. Stress is a bad thing.
Dispatch this thug in brutal fashion, that
So-
all may hear of your arrival.
We surprise the thug, and Dismas is faster. See, his speed is 6, so he's going to go first. He can shoot at the brigand, or he can slice at him. We're going to do that because it makes him bleed. You'll see how that works. See, now he's got the bleed icon, so he's going to take 2 damage every turn, but we're probably going to kill him with this. We're going to smite him right now.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
Again, and you get some treasure for that, right? Just like in a tabletop game. And then, of course, we found the camp of the brigand. So we're going to loot it, see what happens. So we got some valuables.
Leave nothing unchecked. There is much to be found in forgotten places.
So we got 100 gold from that. And then we are going to enter the next room.
An ambush. Send these vermin a message. The rightful owner has returned, and their kind is no longer welcome.
We can shoot. We can do this grape shot, which attacks everybody. So I think we're going to do that. Doesn't do as much damage, but it hits both targets. And he's got a gun too, you see. You can shoot from the back row. Now this guy, he's double wide, which means he basically takes up 2 slots. He does quite a bit of damage. He's got our main guy bleeding, which isn't good. So let's try and stun him. So we bopped him once. We succeeded in stunning him, so he's going to lose his next turn. And we'll keep using that grape shot, even though this would do more damage. This hits both. So now he just got over his stun. So I think we'll hit him hard. Yeah. And right now there's not a ton of strategy to it, but let's make the big guy bleed. There we go. And he's gonna, yeah. We're taking some damage, as you can see. Now he's bleeding too. Don't like bleeding, and we don't have any bandages in our inventory to help us. So I think let's stun him again. Oh, he resisted, darn. We do got to get rid of that guy. I wish we could focus on him somehow, but this big guy's almost down. So I think if we shoot again, so our brigand here is hurting pretty bad too. We can, let's get rid of him. Oh, he dodged our attack. That is terrible. Well, we're gonna get him now, I think. Yeah.
A victory. Perhaps the turning point.
Oh good, he dodged, because he's hurting pretty bad.
As the
And we
fiend
got him.
falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Now this isn't really the dungeon. We're trying to get there to the manor house. Once we get there, the game opens up. You'll see how it plays. Oh, it's trapped, so he just ended up getting nothing but a blight. Okay. Well, we're going to continue on in our map. We are done, which means we just click here, and we're going to exit the dungeon that we're in, which was that roadway. And in doing so, we get a reward, and we get some additional rewards. Early on, it's mainly money, These portraits are heirlooms that we can collect to build up the town. And then they both got a level out of it, and Dismas got something. It could be good or bad, you never know. In this case, it's good. It's improved balance, so he gets 15% to movement resistance, and that will become evident if we get into a fight that warrants it. But now we're in the town. So the town right at the very beginning has very few buildings
home,
open.
Such as it is. This squalid hamlet, these corrupted lands, they are yours now, and you are bound to them.
So the first thing you see is we have a log of activities that took place, and this is where we may have defeated some of the major villains. And this is the caretaker, and he's a crazy guy. You'll see him in the village from time to time, occupying spaces in the buildings. But we're going to click there now. You see that, yes, get help where you may. So you see we have 2 buildings that are open. One of the most important ones, especially in the beginning, is this wagon.
Women and men, soldiers and outlaws, fools and corpses. All will find their way to us now that the road is clear.
So what this does is it allows us to recruit new heroes. You can also level these buildings up. You see I got enough stuff here. I get 10 of each almost, or 20 of these, to level it up. So one of the first things you want to do in the game is increase the number of heroes you can have. Because see, we can have 9 heroes. So we want to, now that's not going to take effect right now.
Great heroes can be found even here,
but
in the mud and rain.
I love the narration in this. Anyway, we're going to take both these guys. We're going to take my own.
What better laboratory than the blood-soaked battlefield?
Puroi. Okay, wherever I'm going to rename her. That's not a terrible name. So now you can rename them. So you just go here, and we'll name this cleric Ginny. I don't like naming them because if you get attached to them, they tend to die a lot. And so anyway, she's a seeker Vestal. That's her class. And you can see she's got some skills. She's got this Mace Bash, Judgment, and Dazzling Light. Those are good ones. And Divine Comfort, which is a minor healing spell. And these are camping abilities. So when you camp, you get extra abilities as well. Plus, she's got level 1 armor, which isn't and weapons, rusted mace, and wooden cloth and plate, worn cloth and plate, which isn't very good. And then I didn't take her name. Gotta get her name in there. Come on now. Let's try that one more time. There we go. Okay. Now, she's got Warren's Adventure already as a skill, and impressible, which means she doesn't suffer. She's got a resistance toward afflictions. But she's also a gambler, so the only thing she'll do in town to relieve her stress is gamble, which you'll see what that does later. And then we have, this guy's name sucks too. We'll name him, let's see, we'll name him, how about Beaker? Sure, why not? Okay, he's a Seeker Plague Doctor. Now, Plague Doctors are pretty cool. They have these like things they can throw at the enemy to stun them, and this Plague Grenade hits the back 2, one of the back 2 anyway. Plus, they also have some healing abilities as well. They're a healer, and in his camp skills are leeches, and you can see how these things work to reduce stress. And we're not going to camp early on, but you know, that's the way the skills they use when they do get to camp. Camping is usually reserved for the longer dungeons. Now, again, at the Stagecoach, the other thing we can do is increase the size of the roster, which would increase this from 9 to 11. We're not going to do that right now, but we are going to go to the Abbey, because if we build up the Abbey, the graveyard. We don't have the Abbey yet.
Most will end up here, covered in the poisoned earth, awaiting merciful oblivion.
This is a true fact. Mortality is high in the game. A lot of characters die. So basically what we're going to try and do is explore the dungeons to get to the darkest dungeon, which was up here at the top of the hill. And we're going to use these same 4 characters. There's no reason not to. They heal in between adventures. What they don't get rid of is stress and negative effects they've acquired. So what you do is we're going to embark. We're going to take them on a mission.
Mecca of madness and morbidity.
Now,
your work begins.
The only thing we can do currently is this one, which is the estate map. It says skirmish, unholy abominations turning light against itself. Meet them in battle and learn how they fight. So we're going to go into the ruins, which is our first stop on our way to the darkest dungeon. And we have to complete 100% of all the battles in the rooms. And that's our reward. Pretty good reward. So we're going to first pick our characters. Right now we only have 4, so we're going to take them all. Reynald, Dismas, Beaker, and Ginny. And what we do then is after we've selected our party, we're going to provision them.
The cost of preparedness, measured now in gold.
It says to make sure you bring 8 food and 4 torches.
In blood.
So we're going to now your resources are limited. So you have a gold resource here. You only get so much, but we're going to take. I like to take extra food. Oh, it said 8 food, didn't it? We'll take 10 and 5 torches. We'll take a bandage and a key and a shovel. Those are almost always useful. And then, with all ourselves provisioned, we're going to embark to the ruins. And you'll see that each dungeon looks different. There's a lot of tactical decisions to make in the game, which makes it fun. I don't know anybody that's played this that hasn't liked it. And a lot of the people that I know that are board gamers and gamers in general like this game quite a bit, including myself. I think it's a lot of fun.
Must be driven back. And what better place to begin than the seat of our noble line?
So, this is the dungeon layout. Now, we have to complete 100% of the room battles. So, we don't know if there's a battle in this room, but we're going to start there first. We're going to head that way just to get it cleared out. Now, we could sit on our inventory because we want to keep our scouting, our light. We hit a trap.
Cruel machinations spring to life.
So, sometimes you get
a
to
singular purpose.
Sometimes you get to scout. In this case, we didn't, so we're stumbling blindly through here, and we ran into a trap. You see, there's also this big chest, and or like a confessional. So we're going to have her look at it. Now, you could put things here. If I brought some holy water, I could have put it there, but we don't have that, so we're just going to have to randomize and see what we get. So she got some stress from that. Whatever she read in there was no good. Okay, so we're going to head into this room now. And we get in a fight with undead. Now, undead don't bleed, so there's not a lot of use in this, but there is in this. So he's going to hit all 3 of that front row with his grape shot blast. So we're going to do that now. Now, they're not stunned or anything, so they're going to get to attack us. We didn't surprise them. They're after our doctor. Oh, that was absolutely terrible. So, what are we going to do here? Let's see. We'll do that. This Zealous Accusation is a ranged attack, does damage, and it'll hit both the front row there. There you go. We killed one of them.
Give them no quarter.
Yes, there is definitely a luck factor in here. So we're going to do this. He's going to do it on himself, because if you go down to 0, you could die. Doesn't mean you die automatically, but you could die. Now, one of the nice things about her spells, she does have healing, which we're going to use, but some of her spells actually generate light, which is great. This one does not, and it affects the whole party. So we healed him up another one. I don't want to die this early on. That would be terrible. Ooh, man, that guy. We got to get rid of this guy back here somehow. So we're going to shoot him again, I think. Boom.
As the fiend falls,
we're killing him.
A faint hope blossoms.
Let's hit this guy hard, huh? I want to kill him. So he could... Yeah, he could do this, or, yeah. Let's do this on this guy back here. Good, he's been blighted, so he's going to take some damage. We'll do Dazzling Light on this one, because he's going to die. Oh, he dodged it. That's terrible. But we got to increase our light some. He'll kill the first one, I hope.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
We've got a little damage. Let's heal. Get a point back. Do a little more damage with him now. Remember, their weapons and armor are pretty weak at the beginning. Ah, that's rough. Should have killed him up. He died by the blight.
Alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
So we got a reward, some onyx, which has a value, and that has some money. Basically money this time. Oh, we've completed. That means that was the only room battle? Okay, well, heck, we're going to continue exploring this dungeon. Let's get that. Excellent, we got some stuff. So if we had gone the other way, we would have been in real trouble because we would have been searching for nothing for a long time. But we're going to walk back out. I haven't used a torch yet. We're still at 79% radiance. We're fine. And just because there's no major battles in the rooms doesn't mean there is no more to fight. So we'll see how this goes. It's got some heirlooms there. See, this is worth doing. So we're going to continue on the map. We're heading to this room now. There's a sack sitting on the floor. Some more treasure. And early on we're getting a bit of treasure so the game can help us out. Now these are undead. These guys cause stress. See what they did to her? And if you ever max out your stress, good and bad things can happen. But let's continue to use this grape shot so you can weaken them all. We're going to use this plague grenade on the very last guy here. Try and get him dead. Okay, I'm hoping I can get the... Yeah, we want to get this guy. There we go. She got him good, and it healed her. It's a pretty nice spell. He's just going to wall up on him. Oh, he can get both of them with his zealous accusation. Perfect.
This expedition at least promises success.
We're building up quite a nice hall here for our first dungeon. Now we know there's no big room battle here, so... Oh, we got a scouting event. So, see, there's some more fights here, but there's also some more treasure. So we are going to keep going, but before we head out of the room, we're going to use a torch, and then we'll head here. Let's see what's in it. Probably should have... Well, we got lucky there. I probably should have had the highwayman do it. Okay. Couple skeletons, and because it was bright, we surprised them. They don't like the brightness. Shoot at it. Now we have other good abilities, but right now this is the most useful to us. They're already stunned, so let's just hit them with this. Nice, nice. And she healed herself again. Let's just attack him. Oh! Well, let's just shoot him again. Why not?
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Now, like, the reason he couldn't use this ability is because you can see if you're in the front row, it's grayed out, those dots, the red dots, so you can shoot into the second, third, and fourth row of the enemy with that ability. Okay, we're going to continue on. Okay, we didn't get anything out of that. That's okay. So we know there's no battle in here. So we'll just keep going. Now, we do know that there is a trap in this room. Yes, I know about the torch. Thank you. I'm getting low, though, but, well, I don't want to get too much stress. Let's use another torch. It's getting dark, and it's stressing our guys out. Nice, nice haul. So... as we close in on this trap, you can see it's highlighted. He can actually try and disarm it, so we're going to do that. He failed. So that's okay. He's still going. It gave him a lot of stress, though. Now we got to eat, which happens randomly in the dungeon. That's why you always need extra food. And we got to scout a little more. Now we see there's a battle up here, so let's go. We'll just continue. We could leave at any time. Let's make sure, well, we're going to consume our last torch. We're going to leave pretty soon. Ooh, gave him stress again. That room has not been helpful to us. This is why we brought the shovel.
Even the cold stone seems bent on preventing
If we
passage.
didn't have the shovel to dig this out, it would have caused us a lot of stress and time. And it would have darkened the hallway for us. Oh, a different kind of creature. We stunned them, so we're going to get the kill. And these are weak, but they do... I think a blight damage or something, so they're pretty nasty, but we're going to get them anyway.
Be
So
gone,
we killed one
fiend.
right away. They don't take a lot of damage. We'll get rid of this.
Executed with impunity.
Now, she lost a little stress when she did that because
A
she critical.
singular strike.
Well, we're one room away. Do we chance it? Why not? We might get some more stuff here. I'll have our highwaymen open bags. Nice, another 500 gold. And another bag sitting in the hallway. He insisted on opening it. I'm not sure why. Oh, another fight. Nice. Uh-oh, we got surprised, which reorganized our guys. That's bad. So, well, might as well get the fight going here. Ooh, we all dodged it. Nice. Okay. He's gonna do that. Now he's blighted and bleeding. She's close enough where she can actually hit. She'll hit this guy. Oh, she missed. Oh, our doctor. Nice. That actually worked in our favor. He got pushed back by the guy's ability. Now, he can't use any of his abilities unless he's closer in, so he's going to have to keep moving up. Now, these guys are giving us a bit of a run here. There we go. She's going to start healing. We're going to get this guy in the back with a plague grenade. Nice.
The bigger the beast, the greater the glory.
Get them both here. Oh, they dodged that. Nice. Not good for us, though. Okay, let's see. No, we're not going to keep going after this. So. That was good. That was well worth it.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
This is the last room, so there's really not... We could go down here and go by this trap. There's not much sense, so we're going to leave now. Go back to the village.
Room by room, hall by hall, we reclaim what is ours.
Hugely successful mission for us. That gave us a lot of treasure. So once... Now, oh, we got some levels going on too. So Dismas got an ability. Good, it's a good one. Health below 50%, he gets +3 to criticals. Oh, see, he got guilty conscience. There's crushing guilt of deeds, real and imagined. That means he's probably going to take more stress. And he also has hatred of beasts. He does more damage against beasts. And that's it. So we're going to return to town.
Once, our estate was the envy of this land.
So we've unlocked the tavern and the abbey. That's a good thing. And these, you know, Ginny talks about the levels we got, yada yada. So, the tavern is a
Fresh
place...
kegs, cards, and curtained rooms promise solace to the weary and broken alike.
The tavern is a place where we can help our guys relieve stress. Now, typically the holier types, like Renald the Knight and the Healer, they like to go to the Abbey, but they can also go here. And you can increase its abilities too, so you can improve how many people, eventually you can add how many people can sit at the bar. Right now the old caretaker is in the brothel, dirty old man, and then you got a gambling hall as well. And you can increase each of them. So let's do this. Let's increase the bar
Strong
there.
drink, a game of chance, and companionship.
And you can see what it did
The
was
rush of life.
it increased how much stress they're going to get back. So the bar is more effective. And then we also have the Abbey, and this is more for the holy
The cobwebs
types.
have been dusted, the pews set straight.
Now,
The Abbey calls to the
the
faithful.
reason I'm looking at her is because she, in town, she's only going to gamble. So even though she should be someone who goes here, the only thing she likes to do is gamble. I think we should give the gambling a level 2.
With enough ale, maybe they can be inured against the horrors below.
And we'll let her hang out in the gambling hall. Let her get rid of that stress. And then lastly, we're going to go here and say, what do we got? We got, ooh, some good new ones. That's awesome. Different character classes in the stagecoach. So what we can do is we can take all 3 of these folks. We're going to take Melibus, the Hellion.
Barbaric rage and unrelenting savagery make for a powerful ally.
we'll take Dukins, the bounty hunter.
The thrill of the hunt. The promise of payment.
And then Adne, the grave robber. All have unique abilities.
To
Lots
those
of them.
with a keen eye, gold gleams like a dagger's point.
So we've increased our roster from. We only have 2 slots left in our roster. So we could, you can see, we could increase how many people we can have in our group, or we can reduce. We can add to the number of heroes that will show up at the stagecoach. I think we're okay for now. And we really don't. We got a whole group of people, so I might want to put Dismas. He might take a trip to the bar. You know, it costs us quite a bit of money, but we have 11,000 right now, and not much to do with it, except for provision our group. So that'll get rid of the people with the 2 most stress, and then we can take the new characters, these new guys, out with somebody else on the next run, which is great. So she can replace Dismas as a rogue. And he's kind of I don't know, like a fighter, but he has some unique abilities to push and pull enemies. And then she's like just an all-out damage dealer. You see her abilities: Wicked Hack, If It Bleeds, Breakthrough, and Adrenaline Rush. That's a buff for herself. And then her Battle Trance gives her some bonuses when she uses it during camping. That's her armor right there. You can see she's a big axe-wielding barbarian. Then you got him. See, he's got this chain abdomen or abandoned axe. It's got like a chain hook on it that he can grapple with, which is this one right here, hook and slice. Pretty cool ability. So then you got her, and she has got daggers to throw and things like that, similar to him, but with different effects. So anyway, guys, that is a little snippet of our first entrance into Darkest Dungeon. So I'm going to stop there, and it automatically saves the game. So when we exit the game, we will have it saved. So all we have to do is hit exit to the main menu. So guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you can see how this feels very much like a very cool, like, dungeon romping board game. It's just a fun game, and it gets better and better as you get attached to your characters and they die and get close to death, because the fights get harder and harder as you go. But anyway, thanks again for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.